The latest episode of The Walking Dead is almost entirely focused on Dwight, Walking Dead's Harvey Dent look-alike, and you're probably left with some questions as to where this character is headed. We're thinking it's pretty clear Dwight is going to defect from Negan's group, and here's why. The episode clearly is setting up Dwight to have a big change of heart, and the biggest clue is his current mental state, which this episode spends a lot of time exploring. We see him shoot an escapee as a secret act of defiance, illustrating his empathy and understanding for the man's situation. We see that Dwight still harbors restrained bitterness about the outcome of the situation with his wife Sherry and Negan. We also see Dwight take a personal interest in Daryl, showing an almost hidden respect for Daryl's resilience and rebellion. The show seems to be establishing a link between Dwight and Daryl, going so far as to show Daryl naked and Dwight wearing his vest, using his crossbow, and even driving his motorcycle. Our theory is this link will be what eventually brings about the change of heart in Negan's lieutenant. At the end of the episode, Daryl explains that he can make the decision that Dwight could not. That's likely to change. As we explained in an earlier theory about what will happen to Daryl, we expect Carl to sneak into Negan's compound to try and save the crossbow-wielding hero. It's a storyline borrowed from the comics, where Carl attempts to take down Negan single-handedly. We believe that the show has added additional stakes for Carl in that his friend Daryl is locked up in Negan's camp, while Rick will push his people to bend to Negan's will. If our theory holds true, Carl's capture will raise the stakes, forcing Daryl into the same situation Dwight was in, sacrificing himself to protect someone else important to him by changing his answer to Negan's question, "Who are you?" And with this episode setting up clear parallels between Dwight and Daryl, chances are Negan's punishment for Daryl finally bending a knee will be his own set of iron-shaped face scars. Seeing his own situation reflected in Daryl will be the tipping point for Dwight in our theory, setting him on the same path that he ends up traveling in the comics. This defining arc turns Dwight against Negan, driving the character to aid Rick in resisting Negan in an important moment that we seriously cannot wait to see on the screen. If and when this comes to be, it will set the series on a totally new path that will establish a new order. So strap in, this is gonna get good. Of course, The Walking Dead showrunners have never shied away from taking the show in a different direction than the comics, so we can't say for certain that this is where Dwight's story is headed, but at this point, it's looking very likely. That's our theory, and we wouldn't trade it in for all the dog food sandwiches in the world, but we want to hear what you think in the comments below. Make sure to check out our other theories from this season so far, and as usual, keep your crossbow sights right here on IGN.